if you talk to our employees, you're going to hear a consistent theme from them as to what they love about enterprise. And the thing that you're going to hear the most is, I love the people I work with, and I love the opportunities for promotion.
Well, welcome everybody to another edition of Partner Perspectives. Today we've got Enterprise Holdings with us, and we're just going to have a great time talking with them about their management training program.
So my name is Felyce Starr, and I am a Group Talent Acquisition Manager with Enterprise.
So I'm Schweitzer. I work for Enterprise in St. Louis at our corporate headquarters, and I work on company-wide talent acquisition.
And Dylan, you've been involved with Enactus for quite some time, right?
Yeah, I started judging early in my days when I was a recruiting manager for New York City back in 2000, 2001.
Wow. You made that change from Enterprise Rent-A-Car to Enterprise Holdings. So what's behind that? What's new about Enterprise Holdings as it represents these opportunities?
Yeah, so Enterprise started with 7 cars in 1957 in the basement of a Cadillac dealership, and grew from there. And over time, we became the largest rental car company in North America, and then we started expanding out. And as our customers' needs became more apparent and customers kept asking us to get involved in more and more services, we kept expanding and growing. In 2007, give or take, we acquired Alamo National. And so Alamo Car Rental and National Car Rental are part of the Enterprise family of brands. But Enterprise Holdings is much bigger than that. We have a fleet management operation. We have a car sales division. We have just a series of companies that are in the transportation industry that are there to help our customers with all of their transportation needs. One of the things, in terms of giving back to the environment, we've got this commute where we rent vans to organizations that employees will meet up in a parking lot somewhere close to where they live, and then they'll commute to work using a van that they drive together. And these are all decked out with internet and all sorts of things. And they take turns driving the vehicles, each person. And it saves a lot of gas, and a lot of companies are pushing for that. So that's just another transportation piece that we got involved in because our customers were asking for it. And, we had people starting to rent vehicles long term. So that's what Enterprise Holdings is. It's just this, all of our companies tied under one name. But really, it's the same employees, it's the same level of service, same expectation that we have in terms of the business and helping the community.
So Felyce, talk to us a little bit about this management training program, because for my money, it's one of the best in the industry. And I know that you guys are very proud of it.
Absolutely. So our management training position is the entry-level position at Enterprise. And all of our leaders, for the most part, started off in that role, up to and including our CEO, which usually people are like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you can become the CEO of this company by starting off in our entry-level position. And so our management trainees are learning how to run and operate a business. So anything that you can think of, I like to call it the pieces of the pie that go into business, that's what you're learning as a management trainee. On the surface level, it seems a lot of customer service and sales, but when we dig a little bit deeper, you see how you're learning the intricacies of how a business actually runs. And so you're learning the finance part, you're learning marketing, risk management, human resource, all of that. It's amazing. Our program is generally somewhere between 8 to 9 months, and it's actually a full-time position. A lot of people ask me that, right? After the 8 months, are you gonna, want me to go away? You want to get rid of me? And I'm like, no, we want to keep you forever. And so we only promote from within as a company, which really is amazing because there's so much opportunity at this company. We like to say that there's really a spot for everyone, depending on what it is that you find out you really are passionate about. If I look at myself, I started off as a management trainee, not really knowing where I wanted to be in business. I was a pre-med student, so I had no clue about anything in business. And here comes Enterprise. They teach me how to run a business in 9 months. I was blown away, and I see it happen over and over again for the past almost 10 years. So as a management trainee, your day-to-day is different. A lot of candidates will say, well, what do I do? Am I the person at the front counter? And so I say, yes, you are, but that's just 20% of what your day is going to look like. You are helping our customers get into rental vehicles for a variety of reasons, but you're also learning how that branch manager is running a business.
So when did you start with Enterprise? What was your first year?
So I started in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
And up in New York?
Up in New York, yeah. So I mentioned I'm from New York City, but I actually started off in our Westchester area. And I grew my career in that area all through Westchester, upstate New York, Connecticut. I managed multiple branch locations throughout Connecticut and Westchester before I decided that, one of the specialties and things that I loved was that talent acquisition and development piece. And that's how I used mentorship and guidance to decide to interview and pivot into talent acquisition, where I've been for about 6 years or so.
Enterprise is also one of these organizations that is, with their dedication to Enactus and other organizations, that they're dedicated to kind of changing the world and being a difference maker. So, Dylan, why don't you talk to us a little bit about what Enterprise is doing to really move that needle and change the world?
Thanks, Ray. I'm really proud of Enterprise as an organization and how we really encourage giving back. And Enterprise definitely believes in making the world a better place for future generations. We encourage our employees to, at the local operations, to get involved with the communities they do business. This includes each of our employees getting a choice day of service that they can use. But we do things like supporting local food banks and cleaning up parks and volunteering at local homeless shelters. And in conjunction with what we're doing at a local level, there's a lot of things that we're doing from a company-wide standpoint. We've made a lot of very large donations to different organizations. For example, $50 million to the Arbor Day Foundation to plant 1 million trees per year for 50 years. $60 million to address food insecurity around the world. $30 million to the nature conservants that's going to benefit 150 million people around the world to improve the health of rivers. And then back in November, we pledged $55 million that's going to go through the next 5 years to organizations that advance social and racial equity in the communities where we operate. So there's really a nice synergy between what Enterprise is doing from a corporate standpoint, but also the amazing work that the recruiters, the HR teams, the employees of all of our local operations are getting involved in. It's really exciting.
One of my favorite things about Enterprise and the vision of helping others is that we look to our employees to see what our employees are saying is going to make a difference. And I love that because some companies may not do that. They'll think just on that corporate level, not the local level. And so one thing that I've been able to do in the past year, it's ranged from helping out at a food bank and packing. I think I packed 8 pallets. I was so proud. I think I packed 8 pallets of food and I got to work out that day. I was so excited, a little competitive, but really excited. And to even dressing up as an elf to hand out presents to underserved children in a community. I got to decide I wanted to do those things. And
okay, well, look, you got me sold. Enterprise is a great place to work, right? So talk to us a little bit about how students go through the application process. What is what's the timing? Are the internships a direct course to full-time? There's so many questions I have.
Yes, so we definitely have internships available all across the country. And our internships are generally available to students who are within 2 semesters of graduating with their bachelor's degree. And so you can apply on our website. It is www.careers.enterprise.com. And to qualify, you have to, of course, have a driver's license. We are a car rental company, so you have to have a valid driver's license that's in good standing. And to be an intern or qualify for that internship, you have to be enrolled in a bachelorette program at an accredited university or college.
Okay.
We do look for some skills, of course, customer service skills, ability to be persuasive, empathy, work ethic, flexibility, leadership, good communication. But I love to say that we look for orientations towards those things because it is a management trainee internship. So we are here and ready to train. You don't have to, be the ace of spades and doing any of those things in order to get hired with us. And then for our management trainee position, you do have to have that bachelor's degree.
So Felyce mentioned that she got her bachelor's degree and she was a pre-med student. I was an English major and did not know what I was going to do when I was graduating. And, Enterprise came along and I was like, yeah, I'll try that thing for 6 months and see where it leads. And it just turned out to be just an amazing organization where I got to grow and, they kept promoting me. So I was like, yeah, I'll stick around a little bit longer. But, I was having so much fun and learning and growing. And it just, when I got to manage stores, it just advanced that. So we certainly encourage and want business majors. So I don't want to say that we don't. But, half of the employees that are in upper management and highly successful in our organization do not have a business background. We teach you how to run a business. And that's one of the really cool things about being at Enterprise is, we want you to have the foundation of your bachelor's degree, but we hire a wide range of candidates. And we have over 1,000 majors represented when we look in our directory of employees with bachelor's degrees.
Our interview process is amazing. If you ask me, it's so much fun because you get to meet a lot of different people. You get to meet your local recruiter during that first face-to-face, and it may be done virtually or over the phone for a phone screen. And then you get to do an observation at a location, which is really cool. You get to meet folks that are in it and doing it, and you're able to see like, how would I envision myself working here? And then lastly, you're able to interview with either a group rental manager or a regional vice president, someone who's made it to that high of a level. And so throughout your interview process, you get to interact and ask different questions with folks who are at different levels. So it really paints a really beautiful picture of what you could be in 5 years or 10 years or more. And so usually we try to keep it pretty quick, a week to a week and a half, to make sure that you're getting everything you need quickly, but you're also having that benefit of meeting all these great people.
If you talk to our employees, you're going to hear a consistent theme from them as to what they love about Enterprise. Mm-hmm. And the thing that you're going to hear the most is, I love the people I work with, and I love the opportunities for promotion. You will hear that consistently. And the third thing that you will probably hear is fun. We did this really cool thing with our employees a couple of years ago where we asked them to describe Enterprise in one word. And you know how you do those word bubbles?
Yeah.
And the word fun was the largest word bubble. Because that's just what we do. We make it fun. Yes, we're renting cars, but we do it in a fun way. We really enjoy taking care of our customers. So that's a big piece of it. But we enjoy working together and running this business and moving it forward. And it's just a great organization. It's a family-owned business, privately held. And the family really cares about employees. It's part of our founding values is to just take care of our employees. And it really shows every single day.
I literally couldn't agree more, Dylan. As soon as you started speaking, all I could think of is fun. All of our employees always say that they're having fun at work, even if it's a hard day, which realistically, sometimes work is a hard day, but at the end of that hard day, our employees will always say that they're so grateful for their teammates and those coworkers around them, and that they were having fun. And that's literally what our CEO always says. Like, are you having fun out there? Because that's what's most important.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
All right.
Bye
Thanks,
now.
Ray.
Thank you. Bye.